it's Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and I'm going to be doing a test of 3 different types of microfiber cloths at 3 very different price points and qualities, and we are going to see which one does the best job on the toughest jobs. Now, a couple years ago, I did a video where I compared several different types of cloth. I did a Norwex microfiber cloth, a Dollar Tree, like 25-cent microfiber cloth, paper towel, magic eraser, and just a regular like kitchen wash rag. And if you want to go check out the results of that experiment, go ahead and click the link below and you can watch that video. So I won't be redoing those cloths in this particular video. But in some of the comments of that video, several people told me that I was actually not using the Norwex cloth properly. So what I was doing when I was using it was I kind of balled it up like this, and they said you're actually supposed to use it flat, and you're supposed to go in a circular motion. And this was the other thing that I did not know. They said that for the tough jobs that I'm doing, the kitchen cloth, which I now have, is actually the right cloth for the job. So we're going to be testing that one out today. So like I mentioned, we're going to be testing the Norwex microfiber kitchen cloth. This came in a set of 3. I love the colors. I think they're so pretty. These are brand new. I just got these for this video, and I've never tried the kitchen cloth before, so I'm super excited to try that out. These are definitely the most expensive, but we're going to see if they're worth it. Then next up, we have, this is a Grove collaborative microfiber cloth. I've had this for at least 2 years. It has been, used, washed, dried, and here is what it looks like. So we'll be testing that one out. And then lastly, we are going to test one of the cloths from this pack of 50 on Amazon. These are by far the most affordable. I actually use these all the time, and that'll be our last test. First up is this Amazon cloth. Here's what it looks like. It's a pretty good size square. I have gotten it damp and then wrung it out. It's very, very thin. That could be considered a pro and a con. It's not quite as sturdy. I'm guessing it wouldn't last for years and years. However, it is super affordable, and how thin it is makes it dry really quick and easy. The instructions on Amazon tell you that you can machine wash it, but that you shouldn't dry it. Now, I will tell you, I use these frequently, and I throw them in the dryer, and nothing bad has happened. And since they're only a few cents, it doesn't bother me if one of them were to get damaged. So this is the first cloth that I will be trying, and we are using dried up dough and peanut butter as the true test. And in my opinion, there is nothing harder in the kitchen to clean up than dough. Like when I roll out cinnamon rolls or bread, and I have that kind of dried up dough. So we're gonna be giving these a true test. All right. So we need to scrub pretty hard on this, but it is coming up. And we really dried this on, so it is not easy. Lots of scrubbing happening. It has a lot more grip than a paper towel for sure, but I'm not like wildly impressed with the grip. I mean, it's taking some work. And the time on it, quite a bit of time to get all this up, and you're really working out. Again, I even dried this with a hairdryer to make sure that it was dried on. So this is the biggest challenge I think you would probably ever encounter with one of these cloths. But like I'm putting in a lot of effort. I've got my hand flat, and I'm doing circular motions as is recommended. And it's really taking some good amount of effort to get it out, but you can see how much progress we've made already. All I can say at this point, this is the first one, and I really don't know what's going to happen, but I hope that this is not the winner because it's taking a lot of work. Whew. And then you'll see I'm kind of using the tips of my fingers to really apply more pressure to really get it, and even my nails a tiny bit. Ideally, you wouldn't have to do that, but I think it's the only way to get this to come up. All right, so we've almost got it. All right, it's where it's thinner, it's actually more dried on, and it's actually harder, but we've got it all up there. All right, so now moving on to the peanut butter, which has been sitting here for probably 45 minutes, I would say. And it comes up pretty easily, so it's a winner. All right, so that is my Amazon cloth. You can see how dirty the cloth is, which is to be expected. Next up, I have my Grove microfiber cloth. Just like the other one, I got it wet, squeezed it out so it is damp. It's about the same size as the other cloth, and from just touching it, it is way, way thicker than the other cloth. Like, I don't know if it is possible to see on video just the drastic difference in the thickness. So I can already tell this one's going to last longer, and we'll see if it helps how cleanable it is. This one, the instructions say that it is machine washable and dryable, and I have washed it and dried it several times. Another thing I like about this one is it has this little hook, so if you want to put it on like a hook, you can do that. I will link to this one on Grove. This exact color, as far as I know, is not available, but the same cloth is still available. All right, so I'm using it flat and doing circular motions, and to me, I can tell that it's sturdier than the Amazon one, but it is still, you know, pretty difficult on the dried up part. I feel like it's easier, but not just amazing compared to the Amazon cloth. And I haven't tried the Norwex counter cloth yet, so we'll see how that compares. You know, once we get to the hardest part, it's taking a lot more effort and a lot more pressure. And again, I'm having to use my fingertips to really make sure that I'm getting the dough up. This is gonna take forever. At this point, I'm not even sure that it cleans a ton better than the cheaper one. Still is requiring quite a bit of effort to get this really difficult dough. And you can see how I'm switching hands because my arm and wrist is getting pretty tired. I'm using both hands to get a little bit more pressure. Okay, we're almost there. It's a little hard to see because this countertop is speckled, but I can see we've got just a couple more spots where there is dough remaining. All right, I would say all that dough is up. Now we're gonna move on to the peanut butter. And the peanut butter is fairly dried on, coming off pretty easily. And there we have the Grove. Here is what it looks like. Now we have the Norwex counter cloth. So it's quite a bit smaller than the others, and I think they have designed it that way. It comes in a pack of 3, and I can tell that it's very thick compared to the others, and also it has a lot of texture, kind of dots and grooves, which I am hoping helps with the gripability and with really getting up the mess. It's also finished, so it has seams on the edges. Now, Norwex tells you that you can wash these, but you are not supposed to wash them, like throw them in a load with all of your other towels. Now, I will tell you that I have a different cloth. I have not tried the counter cloth, and I don't really have enough of them to do their own load, so I throw it into the towels. I wash it and dry it. I haven't had a problem, but I think it would last longer if you follow their instructions and you make sure that you washed it by itself. Now, I'm lying it flat, and I'm going in a circular motion. And so far, so good. I can tell that it has some good amount of grip here with the ridges on it. I will also say that I didn't weigh this dough before placing it on, and this one probably has the most. It's not on purpose, so just note that. I'm pressing pretty hard, maybe not quite as hard as I did with the other two. I am having to apply pretty good pressure, just like with the other two. I'm doing flat circular motion. I feel like it definitely has more grip, but it's still definitely not magic. You still have got to put quite a bit of elbow grease in to get your toughest mess off. Also, because it's smaller, it's starting to get really full. So I might even move on to a second one if I really had this much mess. And most of the time I don't. It would be maybe this much dough, but spread out. At this point, I really think I'm gonna use the other side because I think the fact that it's so full is slowing us down quite a bit. I think it's gonna go better when it's not so full, and this is definitely better, but again, gotta put in a decent amount of effort. All right, I'm gonna turn it again to where we've got a fresher side to get that last little bit of the mess up. Okay, we got all the dough. Now I'm gonna move on to the peanut butter. Oh, it works great on the peanut butter for sure. One little bit of dough got mixed in with the peanut butter we're gonna get up. And that is the Norwex cloth. You can see it's pretty dirty, as you would expect. I would say the results of this experiment speak for themselves, but to sum up, I think I would definitely choose either the Grove or the Amazon one. Probably the Amazon one because of how much cheaper it is, and it didn't seem like it was tons more difficult to use. I definitely didn't feel like in this case the Norwex cloth was worth the splurge, but again, I was putting it through the toughest test you could possibly put it through, but I didn't feel like it made the job a whole lot easier, and I think I would be stressed knowing how much I spent on it. So that's would be what I would recommend. Now, if you want to see me testing out other things like just a regular old dish rag, a paper towel, a magic eraser on the same type of test, go ahead and check out the video I have linked right here.